This offseason, the Rockets addressed possibly their biggest need, which was getting another superstar talent for James Harden. Now, of course, they gave up a lot for this superstar talent, and this isn't to say that Chris Paul is bad. I think Chris Paul still has a lot of gas left in the tank, and I think he's still a really good player. I think he may surprise some people this season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. A healthy Chris Paul is one of the best floor generals of all time. He has an uncanny knack for getting his teammates the ball in spots that they can be successful. A true student of the game. Someone that actually makes their teammates better. What a foreign concept in 2019, right? Unfortunately though, a lot of times Chris Paul and James Harden simply struggled to coexist. The Rockets would deny this during the season, but you could see the body language in James Harden and Chris Paul. It was obvious, and so Chris Paul would get traded away in the offseason. Now this is where Russell Westbrook comes in. Someone who's averaged a triple-double for 3 straight seasons. As a matter of fact, Russell Westbrook is the first guy in history to do this. And he's became so good at averaging the triple-double that some people simply don't care anymore. Imagine becoming that good at something that's that rare. Regardless on what people feel about Westbrook's triple-doubles, you can't deny his talent, and you can't deny his heart, and you also can't take away from his drive. But before we go any further, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss another GETLIKECOOP video, and that's facts. We're looking at one of the most self-efficient players in the league. And when I talk about self-efficient, I'm talking about intrinsic motivation. I'm talking about somebody that's going to leave it all on the floor for you every night. Westbrook and Harden rank first and second respectively the past 5 seasons in the NBA usage-wise. We're talking about players who have pretty much had to do everything for their team. And there are guys that may argue these guys are ball hogs, they're not passers, but the assists are there. And I know assists don't always equate to not being a ball hog, but it's a pretty safe argument that when these guys are playing at their best, that their teams are at their best. I just don't think Harden has necessarily had the help that everybody has cited him for having. When you look at the Rockets rosters, they may not be up to par with other stars. But now you get Russell Westbrook, who's an all NBA level talent. At the Rockets practice, you see them running some drills, you see them running some plays. I think it's really good for the Rockets to have Russell Westbrook playing off the ball in certain situations. Now, of course, you guys are going to see Russell Westbrook playing off the ball. And that's going to take such a load off of James Harden. It's going to take a load off of Russell Westbrook, respectively 1 and 2 in the league the past 5 seasons, usage-wise. That cannot continue if you want these guys to have long careers. One thing I really hope Russell Westbrook has been working on this offseason is his dribble pull-up in transition when he wants to take that 3-pointer or when he just wants to come up court and take that 3 period. People don't see this, but Russell Westbrook is actually at his best when he's catching and shooting the ball 3-point wise. I'm not saying he's at his best as a player, but Russell Westbrook at one point last season was shooting 39% on catch and shoot threes. Honestly, that's really good. And it helps to dispel some of the narrative that Westbrook actually can't shoot. What Westbrook was doing last season is something you can argue that he had to do. He is taking tougher shots. Those 3-pointers at the top of the arc are the longest 3-point shot. And be it, a lot of those shots would be contested. We haven't seen Russell Westbrook play with the playmaker like James Harden since playing with James Harden. And by playmaking, I'm talking about the passing ability. I look at James Harden as one of the truly elite passers in today's game. Some people may not see it, but this guy's passing is on another level. Also, I just love seeing the Rockets in motion. This offense with some motion can be deadly. I'm talking about another level. I don't want to say Golden State-esque in its prime, but the Rockets have so much potential in the D'Antoni system. And it's just going to get ridiculous because you have 2 MVP ball handlers who can run the system. I really just want people to think about this. When is the last time that we saw Russell Westbrook in an offense that had really good spacing, that had a coach on the level of D'Antoni? I'm really excited about this Rockets team. I'm loving the Houston vibes. I love it when everybody buys in. I love it when players are committed to a process like this. You have Gerald Green, who's already praising the intensity of Russell Westbrook. Houston native, by the way. And you have Russell Westbrook, who's already being vocal and active at the Rockets practices. I think everybody sees the potential that this team can have, and everybody knows how special that they can really be. At least judging from this D'Antoni quote, it seems like he wants to stagger the minutes between Russ and Harden. While Russ surely will adapt and work his best to fit in with Harden, D'Antoni says, we don't want to change Russell Westbrook. We want Russell to be Russell. He's an MVP. That's who we need. Surely Russ and Harden are still going to get a big chunk of playing time together, but I just think the potential is so amazing. And I do think that Russ and Harden will adapt their game some to fit in with each other. While I don't think they will be sacrificing the effectiveness of the offense, I think they'll just be making the Rockets that much better as a whole. And I think that's an amazing quote from D'Antoni. Still wanting this guy to be what makes him so great. Don't quote me on this, but I also think Westbrook's shot looks a little more fluid. With that being said, I'm GETLIKECOOP. Let me know what you guys think about this Rockets team. Are we talking top 2 in the West? Are we talking top 3 in the West? I think they have the potential to finish best. Yes, I'm going there. I'm a Rockets fan too. You guys know the vibes, man. I'm GETLIKECOOP. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Subscribe and turn noties on, and I'm out.